Hello and welcome to the Top Thrill Theme Park channel. I'm Luke and today I'm here at Parc Asterix in France for my first ever visit to this park. Today is Tuesday the 4th of July 2023 and the park is open from 10 AM until 7 PM today. Really looking forward to getting the new coaster credits. I'm especially excited to get on the brand new coaster that opened this year called Totaltis. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. I think that's how it's called. Anyway, I'll put the spelling on the screen. My first ride of the day for me is going to be Osiris, which is the park's B&M invert coaster built by Bolliger and Maybellard. And hopefully I'll be able to get a decent POV with it as well because I've got the GoPro. Yeah, look forward to getting on there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was a great coaster. Really smooth, really fun. Yeah, it's got some really good inversions. Theming's really, really good. It's all Egyptian theme. And it's like really reminds me of Montu at Busch Gardens in Tampa. It's very, very similar. Yeah, it's very similar to Montu at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Yeah, it's a great coaster. I really enjoyed it. Theming's fantastic, looks really nice. Okay, so I've got the fast track sorted now. That was super stressful. I booked it the other day, but it wouldn't let me add it to the app, so then I could use my the fast track countdown queue thing, because it's a bit like Speedy Pass at Pleasure Beach, where you choose the ride you want to go on next, and it has a countdown thing to when you can join the virtual queue and get on there straight away. But yeah, it was really stressful trying to get that sorted and add it to the app. But it's done now. So the next ride I'm going to go on is that. Yeah, that's going to be ride number 2 for me today. It's called Gauderex or Gauderex. I'm not sure how you say it. Anyway, I'll put the spelling up there. I'll put the name of the coaster up there. because I'm really not sure how you pronounce it. I'm just going to like an idiot if I keep trying to pronounce it, because I know I'm probably saying it wrong. Definitely am probably saying it wrong. So I have trouble trying to pronounce words from other countries, and I'm shit at speaking French. So anyway, that's going to be ride number 2 for me. In about 12 minutes I can go and get on there. I'm just waiting for the counter thing to count down. Okay, so I've just had my ride on Asterix. I think that's how you say it now. I've been practicing saying it. That was really quite good. I've heard a lot of people say it's really, really rough and hurts really bad, but that weren't too bad. I sat on the front, recorded a decent POV, but yeah, I didn't find it too rough. And it's got like the special head thing at the back to protect your head. So it's like a kind of little pillow thing. That was nice, quite comfortable. Hurt my arm a bit though, and that was it. Only my arm, because I had to kind of hold the GoPro to stop it moving about, because sometimes it moves up and down and then ruins the POV a little bit. So I had my hand there trying to keep it still. But so yeah, that hurt a bit on the restraint with my arm wrapped around it. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It was really good. Yeah. It's the park's Vekoma looping coaster, and it opened at the park in 1989. So yeah, it's quite old. But yeah, it's a really good roller coaster that was. I really enjoyed it. And I'm really happy now that I've got the fast track thing sorted. So that means I can get on everything quite quickly now. So yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so ride number 3, I'm going to go and head over to do Totalis, which is the park's new coaster that opened this year, and it's the park's Intamin launch coaster, and it has one of them multi-launches. So halfway through it, it stops and it launches you up forwards, and you roll backwards and go up this backward spike, and then do the launch again, and then you make it all the way over the top hat. So yeah, it's an Intamin multi-launch coaster, and it opened at the park about 4 months ago. Yeah, 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, so it's brand new, so I'm looking forward to getting on there. And then they've got this wooden coaster, and you can choose to ride it backwards, so I'll be doing that today as well. That'd be cool, riding a wooden coaster backwards. Yeah, so I just had my ride on Totaltis, and that was so good. It's definitely in my top 3. That was a really good coaster. Full of airtime. I got so much airtime. That was good. And it was injector airtime as well, because it was a lot of airtime. Yeah, it was so good. It's fun, great layout, really nice inversions, and it's got a cool backwards spike where you got the spike backwards, which is that bit there. Yeah, that was well good. I love that. I got a really, really good quality POV from it as well, so that was good. So yeah, really enjoying it now. Yeah, it's a great park. I'm gonna go and get something to eat in a minute because I'm getting hungry, and then I think I might go back on Osiris again, because I filmed a POV on there, but it didn't come out too good because the GoPro was moving about a little bit, so I'm going to have to redo it and kind of try and hold it still. I just held it still on Totaltis and that worked. That made it not move about, so I'll have to do that on the other coasters. But yeah, that was so good. I really did love that. That was really good. So I'm thinking that's now in my top 3. Smiler's still number 1, and probably always will be. Untamed is number 2, and Totaltis is number 3. Yeah, such a great coaster that is. I'll be going back on there later as well. But I need to go and get something to eat now because I'm getting really, really hungry. Because I've not eaten since about 4 o'clock this morning when I was at the airport. And I had Burger King and I didn't eat it all because I didn't really enjoy it, and I was really tired, and I was like kind of like half falling asleep eating it because I was just so tired, because I had to get up at 2:30 this morning so I could get ready and get to the airport, because I went straight to Luton Airport once I got ready to get my flight from there to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. And then I got the bus from there to here. Yeah, it's quite an easy journey. It's just horrible having to get up that early because I'm really not a morning person. Okay, just got some food. I've got a tomato and mozzarella panini. Took ages to order it because they couldn't understand me, and I used the Google Translator app and they still couldn't understand. So yeah, so I had to like kind of like point to what I wanted because Google Translate weren't helping at all, even though it's supposed to, because it's supposed to translate what I say into French, but they still got a bit confused with what the app was saying to them. So stupid Google Translate being stupid. Well, I finally got some food. I got a tomato and mozzarella panini, and it smells good and looks good. Just waiting for it to cool down a little bit because it's boiling. Okay, so I've just had my second ride on Osiris, the Parc's B&M invert coaster. Yeah, it's such a great coaster that is. Really enjoyable. It's got great layout, and it really is just like Mon 2 at Busch Gardens Tampa. Very, very, very similar. Only Mon 2 is a lot longer and has a few more inversions. Yeah, it's great B&M invert this is. Okay, so I'm now going to have a ride on Tonnerre Two Sous, which is the park's wooden coaster, built by Custom Coasters International, and it opened at the park in 1997. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a great wooden coaster. It looks really good. Can't wait to get on there. And you can also ride it backwards as well on the back row. So I'm going to ride it normally forwards, and then when I get off I'm going to go and ride it backwards. So that'll be cool. Yeah, looking forward to getting on there.
Là, t'inquiète, attrape le côté. T'inquiète. لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
Okay, so I just had my ride on Tonnerre, Two Zeus, Park's wooden roller coaster. I sat front row and rid it normally. That was so good. That's a really great wooden roller coaster. Yes, fast, snappy, great air time, and it's not rough. It is quite smooth. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was great. I'm going to try and get on there to do it backwards now. I've got to figure out how to try and book it. I think I've got to book it on the app. So yeah, hopefully I can do that and then it won't take long, hopefully. Because that would be well cool riding it backwards. Yeah, it's a great coaster. I really enjoyed that. It's possibly one of my favourite wooden coasters I've ever done. If not, yeah, probably the best that I've done. This and Wicker Man are my favourite wooden coasters that I've been on. Whoa, this is weird. I'm riding a wooden coaster backwards. Wow, that was well cool. I just rid Tonnerre Two Zeus backwards. That was really cool. Really weird riding a wooden coaster backwards. It was so fun. It was so cool. It felt a bit rough though on the back, riding it backwards. Did hurt a little bit, like, because it was a bit rougher on the back. But yeah, it was really good fun. I really enjoyed that. It was so cool and such a unique experience to ride a wooden coaster backwards. Yeah. And I loved it on the front row as well. Yeah, it's a great coaster. I think, yeah, probably, yeah, definitely my favourite wooden coaster I've been on. Okay, so I'm now going to have a ride on Pegasus Express, which is the park's Gerstlauer family launch coaster. And it goes forwards and backwards, so that's cool. Yeah, it looks like a great little family coaster. Built and manufactured by Gerstlauer. Okay, so I just had a ride on Pegasus Express, the family launch coaster built and manufactured by Gerstlauer, which are also the manufacturers of the Smiler. Although that's nothing like the Smiler, because obviously that's for families and Smiler's for thrill seekers. But yeah, it was a good fun little roller coaster. Quite long, did quite a lot. You go backwards as well. Yeah. It's called a family launch coaster, but it's not a proper launch. It's like it's drive tyre launch, so it's not like a really fast, like intense launch like Stealth or anything like that, or Icon or whatever. But it like launches you with some drive tyres rather than an LSM or a hydraulic launch. Yeah, but yeah, still quite a fun little coaster. Actually quite enjoyed it. And got about 2 hours until I've got to leave, because I'm leaving about 5 o'clock, so I can make sure I get to the airport in time, because I'm flying back tonight. So I'm not staying until park closes, otherwise I'll miss my flight. I've got just under 2 hours. I'm gonna go and do the bobsleigh coaster, which is near Totalis. Okay, so I'm now about to have a ride on the park's bobsled coaster. Actually looks really good. It looks really long and big. A lot bigger and better than the one at Pleasure Beach. Just had a ride on the park's bobsled coaster. That was fun. Better than the one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because this is longer. The one at Pleasure Beach is like really quite short, and before you know it, it's over after you've like got to the top of the lift hill, and then it's over quite quickly, the one at Pleasure Beach. Yeah, this one's longer, does a lot more, so that's good. I've got about an hour until I'm leaving the park. And because I've had the silver fast track, so you can only book like a reservation for the rides once at a time, so I'm not allowed to book again for all the coasters that I've already been on. So I've done all the main ones I've wanted to do. I'm gonna go on a couple of water rides before I leave. Okay, so I've got 1 minute and then I can use my fast track to go on Le Grand Splash. That's what it's called, and it's a water ride. So we're going on there in a minute.
Ah mais ça descend pas. Non mais après ça va être trop vite.
J'enlève mon attel quand je suis dans l'eau.
Non mais en fait le truc c'est que la bouche c'est ça encore, il va y avoir des problèmes, c'est pas drôle. Et là ça va être compliqué. Ah mais je suis froid dans mon dos.
Non mais non, il a l'habitude de se faire arrêter aussi. Ouais, bien.
Okay, so I've just had a ride on Le Grand Splash, Park's water ride. It's a bit like Tidal Wave, but smaller. But I did actually get soaked because I have like water splashes that splash over you. So yeah, I did get quite soaked. Not so much on the drops though, but so that's good. So that meant my bag and everything stayed quite dry, apart from my GoPro because I was filming it. But it's waterproof anyway, so that's cool. Okay, so Le Grand Le Splash, the water ride that I just went on, that was going to be my last ride, but I've worked things out and I've looked at my flight information. I can actually stay a little bit longer than what I was planning on, so that's good. And I'll still make it to the gate in time. The gate closes at 8:25, and it's now about 4:30, so I've got about 4 hours. So I can get on a few more rides before I leave, so that's good. I'm not gonna get any more fast track though, because I've used up the silver fast track for all the coasters now, or all the decent ones. So I'm gonna join the queue for Asterix, which is the Vekoma looping coaster. It's the one that I went on earlier. It's saying that the normal queue for that is 30 minutes, so that's not too bad. So I'm gonna go on there. Hopefully it goes quicker than 30. Well, that was well good. I just went on Asterix again, and it weren't half an hour. It was more like 5. That was well good. Hurt that time though. That was quite rough. I sat almost at the back. That did actually hurt that time. But yeah, that was 5 minutes, not half an hour. So might do it again in a minute. That really hurt my arm though that time, and my head a little bit. Yeah, that was quite rough, that go. But when I went on there on the front earlier, it weren't too bad, but just now it was quite rough. Still worth it though, it's a great coaster. Really enjoyed it. It's quite a unique coaster as well. It's got some pretty unique inversions. It's one of only 2 coasters in the world that feature a butterfly element. And the butterfly element is the first inversions that you do. It's that bit there, that's the butterfly element. Yeah, there's only 2 coasters in the world that feature that. And it's this one, and then one at a theme park in America. I can't remember what park it is, but yeah. Really good coaster, I did like it. Okay, so I'm going to have a ride on this little family coaster. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I don't think I'll be able to say it. I'll just look stupid if I try and pronounce it. So that's what it's called. I'm going on there. It's a little family coaster, but it's another credit to boost my credit count up. So yeah, every credit counts. Every credit helps. So yeah, going on this little family coaster. Okay, so I just had a ride on that little family coaster. That was incredibly boring. Yeah, really not fun at all. And it was longer than 5 minutes wait. It was actually quicker when I went on Goodrex for the second time for some reason. And really that should be longer than that family coaster. Oh well, it's another coaster cred. Every coaster counts. But I'm thinking I'm going to go and have a third ride on Goodrex. I would like to go on Totaltus again. Not sure if I said that correctly that time. But yeah, I want to go on there again, but it's not letting me buy a fast track for it. And the queue's like 75 minutes long. So, yeah, that's not good. Okay, going back on Goodrex for the third time today. The app is saying it's a 15-minute queue. Hopefully it's less than that, like it was earlier when it was saying it was half an hour, but it was 5. So hopefully it's like that again. Yeah, going on there for the third time. The last time I rode it, it was rough. But when I rode it this morning on the front row, it wasn't rough. Well, it didn't feel that rough, but when I went on it a little while ago for the second time, it was rougher. Hopefully I'm in a different seat and it won't be too rough. Ow. Just been on Goodrex for the third time and that was rough again. Okay, so I'm leaving Parc Asterix now. I'm going to go find my bus and then get the bus back to the airport. It's been a well good day. I've loved it there in Parc Asterix. Great park, great coasters, got some new coaster creds and got really decent POVs for the channel. So that's good. Yeah, it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you have, then please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.